The human brain the most complex organ in the universe. It controls every thought, movement, and memory. But how does it really work? The human brain is a supercomputer, controlling thoughts, emotions, and actions. But how does it work? In this video, we'll break down its structure, functions, and intelligence mechanisms. The journey of the human brain begins long before birth. In the womb, a baby's brain starts forming just 3 weeks after conception. By the time of birth, a newborn has nearly all the neurons they will ever have, but their connections are still developing. This rapid growth continues through child, shaping intelligence, personality, and perception. The brain adapts to everything it encounters. This ability to rewire itself is known as neuroplasticity. Every time you learn something new, your brain forms new connections. When you practice a skill, your brain strengthens certain pathways. This is why practice makes perfect. It's not just a saying. But intelligence is not just about the number of neurons or connections. It also depends on how efficiently the brain processes and retrieves information. Some people have faster cognitive processing speeds, while others excel in creativity, emotional intelligence, or problem-solving intelligence.
Is a complex combination of genetics, experience, and environment.
What makes someone a genius? Is it purely genetic, or can intelligence be improved? Studies show that while genes play a role, the brain's potential is not fixed. Factors like education, curiosity, and mental stimulation can greatly enhance cognitive abilities. In other words, your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. But intelligence is just one aspect of the brain's capabilities. It also controls emotions, creativity, and even subconscious thoughts. Have you ever had a gut feeling about something? That's your brain processing information at a deep, intuitive level beyond conscious thought. This unconscious processing is what allows you to react quickly in dangerous situations or solve complex problems without actively thinking about them. The human brain is an extraordinary organ, weighing about 3 pounds, but holding the power to control every thought, action, and function in our body. To truly understand how it works, we must first explore its structure. The brain is divided into 3 main parts: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. Each part plays a critical role in keeping us alive, thinking, and functioning. The cerebrum makes up about 85% of the brain's weight and is responsible for higher-level thinking, decision-making, memory, emotions, and voluntary movements. It is divided into 2 halves, known as hemispheres: the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. Interestingly, each hemisphere controls the opposite side of the body. This means your right hemisphere controls movements on your left side, while your left hemisphere controls movements on your right side. But the hemispheres also have specialized functions. The left hemisphere is often associated with logic, language, and analytical thinking, while the right hemisphere is linked to creativity, emotions, and spatial awareness. Within the cerebrum, we also find the cerebral cortex, the brain's outermost layer. It is often referred to as gray matter because of its color. This thin but powerful layer is packed with billions of neurons and is responsible for processing sensory information, thoughts, and complex reasoning. The cerebral cortex is further divided into 4 main lobes, each with specific functions. First, we have the frontal lobe, located at the front of the brain. This lobe is responsible for decision-making, problem-solving, personality, and voluntary movements. It's what makes us uniquely human.
Next, we have the parietal lobe, which processes sensory information like touch, temperature, and pain. It helps us understand spatial relationships and where our body is in space. The occipital lobe, at the back of the brain, is dedicated to vision. Everything we see is processed here,
transforming light signals from our eyes into meaningful images. Lastly, the temporal lobe, located near our ears, is responsible for processing sound, language, and forming memories. This is where we recognize voices, understand speech, and store important experiences. Now, let's move on to the cerebellum, often called the little brain. Although it is much smaller than the cerebrum, it plays a crucial role in coordination, balance, and fine motor skills. Without the cerebellum, simple actions like walking, writing, or even catching a ball would become incredibly difficult. Athletes, dancers, and musicians heavily rely on their cerebellum for precise, coordinated movements. This part of the brain is always at work, adjusting and fine-tuning our actions in real time. Finally, we have the brainstem, the oldest and most primitive part of the brain. Located at the base of the brain, it connects directly to the spinal cord and controls the body's most essential functions: breathing, heartbeat, digestion, and reflexes. Unlike other parts of the brain, which require conscious effort, the brainstem keeps us alive automatically. The brainstem is divided into 3 sections: the midbrain, pons, and medulla oblongata. Each of these areas has specific functions, from regulating sleep cycles to controlling involuntary muscle movements. Neurons communicate through a process called the action potential. When a neuron receives enough input from its dendrites, it fires an electrical impulse down its axon. This electrical charge is created by the movement of charged ions sodium and potassium across the neuron's membrane. When the charge reaches a threshold, the neuron fires, sending a signal at speeds of up to 120 meters per second. But neurons don't actually touch each other. There is a tiny gap between them called the synapse. This is where the electrical signal must be converted into a chemical message. At the end of the axon, the electrical signal triggers the release of neurotransmitters, tiny chemical messengers that bridge the gap between neurons. Neurotransmitters are stored in vesicles within the axon terminals. When an action potential arrives, these vesicles fuse with the membrane, releasing neurotransmitters into the synaptic cleft. These neurotransmitters then bind to special receptors on the dendrites of the next neuron, triggering a new electrical signal. This process repeats billions of times per second throughout the brain. Some neurons have a special coating called myelin, which acts like insulation around electrical wires. Myelin increases the speed of electrical signals, allowing neurons to communicate more efficiently. Diseases like multiple sclerosis (MS) damage myelin, leading to slower communication between neurons and causing serious neurological issues. Neurons don't work alone; they form complex networks, called neural circuits, that allow us to think, learn, and remember. Every time you learn something new, your brain strengthens certain neural connections. This is called neuroplasticity, and it is what allows us to adapt and grow throughout life. For example, when you practice playing an instrument, your brain builds stronger neural pathways for music. When you stop practicing, those pathways weaken. This is why repetition is key to learning. Neuroplasticity is also the reason why people can recover from brain injuries. If one area of the brain is damaged, another part can sometimes take over its function. The ability of neurons to communicate is what makes human intelligence possible. From simple reflexes to deep philosophical thoughts, everything we do depends on these tiny electrical and chemical signals. But the brain is still a mystery. Scientists are studying how we can enhance neural connect, improve memory, and even use technology to interface with the brain. For centuries, humans have searched for ways to enhance intelligence. From ancient philosophers seeking wisdom to modern scientists exploring brain-boosting technologies, the desire to improve our cognitive abilities has never faded. But is it truly possible to enhance intelligence? Can we train our brains to think faster, learn better, and remember more? In this section, we'll explore the science behind brain enhancement and what the future holds for human intelligence. Genetics play a significant role in determining IQ. But studies show that brain training, education, and lifestyle choices can also improve cognitive function. This means intelligence isn't fixed, it can be developed and enhanced. One of the most powerful ways to enhance intelligence is by taking advantage of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on experience. Every time you learn something new, your brain forms new connections between neurons, strengthening pathways that improve memory and thinking speed. For example, musicians and bilingual individuals often have denser neural networks, making their brains more efficient. The more you challenge your brain, the stronger it becomes. Brain training games and puzzles are often advertised as tools to enhance intelligence, but do they actually work? The answer is yes, but only to a certain extent. Research shows that playing games like Sudoku, chess, or memory puzzles can improve specific cognitive skills, such as problem solving and attention span. However, the improvements don't always transfer to real-life intelligence. The best way to enhance intelligence isn't just through games, it's through continuous learning, critical thinking, and real-world challenges that push the brain to grow. What you eat and how active you are can significantly impact brain health. A balanced diet rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins can enhance cognitive function. Exercise is equally important. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, promoting neurogenesis, the creation of new neurons. Aerobic exercise, in particular, has been shown to improve memory and mental sharpness. One of the most underrated brain-enhancing tools is sleep. During sleep, the brain consolidates memories, clears out toxins, and strengthens neural connections. Studies show that people who get 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep perform better on cognitive tasks, have sharper memory and experience, increased creativity. On the other hand, sleep deprivation can severely impact intelligence, leading to poor concentration, slower thinking, and even long-term brain damage. In the quest for higher intelligence, some people turn to nootropic substances that claim to boost brain power. These include both natural supplements like caffeine and ginkgo biloba, and synthetic smart drugs like modafinil and restams. While some nootropics can improve focus and alertness, their long-term effects are still being studied. Overusing them can lead to dependence, overstimulation, and potential health risks. One of the most exciting developments in intelligence enhancement is brain-computer interfaces, BCIs. These technologies aim to merge the human brain with artificial intelligence, allowing people to directly interact with computers using their thoughts. While this technology is still in its early stages, it raises profound ethical questions. Should intelligence be artificially enhanced? Could this lead to a new form of inequality, where only the wealthy have access to superhuman intelligence? Throughout history, intelligence has been the key driver of human progress. The agricultural revolution, the industrial revolution, and now the digital revolution have each expanded our cognitive capabilities in new ways. But in the modern world, intelligence is no longer just about natural evolution. Advances in education, neuroscience, and artificial intelligence are opening new possibilities. Could we one day design intelligence itself? For years, artificial intelligence (AI) has been developing rapidly, performing tasks that once required human intellect. AI can now analyze massive amounts of data, recognize speech, and even create art. Some scientists believe AI could eventually surpass human intelligence, a concept known as the singularity. This moment, if it happens, could redefine what intelligence means. Will AI remain a tool that enhances human intelligence, or will it become something beyond our control? Despite all these advancements, one question remains: what is true intelligence? Is intelligence just about memory, logic, and problem solving? Or is it also about creativity, emotions, and morality? Some argue that human intelligence is unique because of our ability to imagine, empathize, and create meaning beyond pure logic. Even if machines or genetic engineering enhance our cognitive abilities, the essence of intelligence might be something deeper, something that cannot be measured in numbers or algorithms. The human brain is a masterpiece of evolution, controlling everything from our thoughts and emotions to our movement and memory. But what happens when something goes wrong? Brain disorders can affect intelligence, cognition, and even our sense of self. In this section, we'll explore neurological and psychiatric conditions, their causes, and the cutting-edge treatments that offer hope for millions. Neurological disorders occur when the brain's physical structure is damaged or its neural communication is disrupted. Let's look at some of the most common and devastating conditions. Alzheimer's disease, the loss of memory and identity, affects 50 million people worldwide. Caused by abnormal protein buildup that damages neurons, leading to memory loss and confusion. No cure, but treatments like medications and lifestyle changes can slow progression. Parkinson's disease, the loss of control, Affects movement due to dopamine deficiency in the brain. Symptoms include tremors, stiffness, and difficulty walking. Treatments, medication, deep brain stimulation, and exercise. Epilepsy, the storm in the brain, characterized by seizures caused by abnormal electrical activity in the brain. Treatments, medication, diet, and in some cases, brain surgery. Unlike neurological disorders, psychiatric disorders often have no visible brain damage but significantly impact thoughts, emotions, and behavior. Depression, the invisible illness, affects 350+ million people worldwide and is one of the leading causes of disability. Symptoms: persistent sadness, loss of interest, fatigue, suicidal thoughts. Treatments, therapy, antidepressants, and lifestyle changes. A severe mental disorder affecting 1% of the population. Symptoms: hallucinations, delusions, disorganized thinking. Causes: genetics, brain chemistry imbalances, environmental factors. Treatments: antipsychotic medications, therapy, and community support. Anxiety disorders, when fear takes over. The most common mental health condition, affecting about 300 million people. Symptoms: excessive worry, panic attacks, phobias. Treatments: cognitive behavioral therapy, medication, relaxation techniques. Thanks to advancements in neuroscience, we are developing powerful treatments that could one day cure brain disorders. Gene therapy. CRISPR technology may allow scientists to fix faulty genes in conditions like Huntington's and Alzheimer's. Neurostimulation and brain implants. Deep brain stimulation (DBS) is already helping Parkinson's patients regain movement. Brain-computer interfaces (BCIs) may help paralyzed individuals control computers with their minds. Artificial intelligence and diagnosis. AI-powered scans can detect Alzheimer's and schizophrenia years before symptoms appear. While some disorders are genetic, many can be prevented or delayed through lifestyle choices. Healthy brain habits. Exercise reduces risk of Alzheimer's and depression. Balanced diet. Omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants protect brain cells. Mental stimulation. Learning new skills strengthens neural pathways. Quality sleep, essential for memory consolidation and mental health. Brain disorders challenge our understanding of intelligence, identity, and human potential. But with research, treatment, and awareness, we can improve the lives of millions. Perhaps the greatest sign of intelligence is not just understanding the brain, but learning how to heal it. Before we dive into the methods of boosting brain power, let's first understand what intelligence and cognitive function really mean. Cognitive abilities include memory, the ability to store and recall information. Focus, the ability to concentrate without distractions. Problem solving, logical reasoning and creative thinking. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and form new connections. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. But just like a muscle, it also needs proper fuel, exercise, and rest. What you eat directly affects how your brain functions. Certain foods can enhance memory, concentration, and mental clarity, while others can slow you down. Best brain-boosting foods. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish, walnuts, and flax seeds improve memory and mood. Antioxidant. Berries, dark chocolate protect the brain from aging. Leafy greens, spinach, kale provide essential vitamins for brain health. Nuts and seeds, almonds, pumpkin seeds improve cognitive function. Green tea and coffee enhance focus and alertness with caffeine and antioxidants. On the other hand, processed sugars and trans fats can cause brain fog, reducing mental clarity. Physical activity doesn't just keep your body in shape, it also supercharges your brain. Cardio exercises like running and swimming increase blood flow, delivering more oxygen to the brain. Strength training helps release brain-boosting chemicals like BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Yoga and meditation improve focus, reduce stress, and enhance brain connectivity. Studies show that regular exercise can reduce the risk of cognitive decline and even grow new brain cells. One of the biggest factors in brain performance is sleep. Without enough rest, memory weakens, focus declines, and decision-making suffers. Why sleep is essential for brain power. Strengthens memories through a process called memory consolidation. Flushes out toxins that build up during the day. Enhances problem-solving and creativity. Lack of sleep has been linked to Alzheimer's disease and impaired learning. Best practices for better sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Avoid screens blue light before bedtime. Stick to a consistent sleep schedule. A well-rested brain is a powerful brain. Chronic stress can damage the brain, shrink memory centers, and lower cognitive performance. That's why managing stress is crucial for maintaining brain power. Best ways to reduce stress and improve brain function. Meditation and deep breathing lowers stress hormones and increases focus. Nature walks. Being in nature improves mood and clears the mind. Social interaction. Talking with friends and family boosts mental well-being. Laughter and relaxation helps release endorphins, reducing stress and improving cognition. When your brain is relaxed, it works more efficiently.
Like, share, and subscribe for more. Stay curious. Keep learning.